Welcome to more Gran Turismo 6 Quick Match Specialtatin. Today we have the charity supercar race, aka in stock form, at Twin Ring Motegi East. There's a whole heck of a heap of supercars in this race. Pretty much anything 550 to 650 horsepower range. So Corvette 01, Lamborghini Murcielago, 458, GTR, another Murcielago, 458, LFA, SLS, GT, and then the rest I've already mentioned, I think. So it's relatively diverse, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be a breakout between the Corvette because America, the GTR because Kaz has a crush on the GTR, and the 458 because when that car came out it was pretty much like the new supercar, like the one that everybody wanted. And well, as an as exactly that, the 458 in the lead, the Corvette in second, and a Murcielago. Well, that's sort of old technology right yonder, and it's actually another 458 trying to make sure the old technology doesn't stay up there for too long. But, really, that Corvette's sort of kind of old technology now, too. The new Corvette 01 is way faster than the already way fast car. But, well, if it was up to me, I'd be using a Viper in this race. But for whatever reason, they didn't have a Viper available, even though that would have probably been the best one out of all of them. And I say probably because maybe, just maybe, they could have had, like, a Dodge Demon if they had free DLC. I'll just leave that alone. No, I'll just leave that alone. But, yeah, as of now, though, that Corvette's way in the back there, and it's the 458 in the lead. But Jiminy Cricket, speaking of old technology, that first generation Ford GT, or technically second, they did make some street cars of the race car back in the 60s, but very, very few. The first generation that people truly remember, other than the race car, is actually in the lead. That's surprising, folks. And, well, let's see a drag race between old and new technology, and I think the new technology is winning. The new technology had the inside line, and therefore not even a very good run, and it's still got a head right yonder, so... Well, yeah, there's that, folks. The Ford GT was good when it came out, but 12 years later, it just sort of gets bullied by, well, cars like that. Yeah, it doesn't stand all that much of a chance right yonder. You gotta lead while the top cars are wrecking, but after they quit wrecking, well, it got wrecked. So that's pretty much cycled back around to the top cars there, and it's a pretty good race amongst the top cars there. That GTR is probably going to be trying to track down the top of the top cars there in the 458. But, well, can it do it? It would be the car to do it, honestly. It's pretty much good all around. It really has no weak points. And it's heavy, too, so it can take some hits by people who race dirty. So, if there's one to do it, it'll probably be that one. But, well, you can't do much against cars phasing through your own car there. But that other car wrecked, so it didn't really have to do much. So, let's see if it can, folks. It does seem like it might be gaining a little bit, but Jiminy Cricket, that Murcielago's gaining a lot of it there. Maybe, just maybe, the old technology ain't really mattered all that much, because, dare I say, they got the balance of power relatively correct. Honestly, I can't remember. This is an old race. I think I used the 458 because a lot of the fast people were using the 458, so, They might have got it relatively right except for the 458 because I have a pretty cotton piggy big lead right on it. But, well, anything's possible, I guess. It is lap 3, but it's relatively early in lap 3. It's only, it's only that amount of time into it. Just now 20 seconds. So, well, let's see what happens, folks. Let's see what happens. That Murcielago's putting up a heck of a heap of a fight, though, right yonder. That GTR, though, well, it's just better in all the ways. Slightly heavier, so I can push it around. Slightly better acceleration off the turns. Slightly newer. Slightly better handling. It just... Kaz has a crush on the GTR for a reason, I think. And for third place there, that's the Corvette. Pretty much what I predicted is exactly what happened. And I didn't even really do more than just skim through this race to see if it was good. And I noticed that it was good and competitive. I didn't really pay all that much attention to the cars. But, well, that's exactly what happened there. 458 Corvette GTR doing really cotton picking good, and well, that Corvette was doing pretty cotton picking good until the dirty 458 tried to punt it into the grass, which then gave the Corvette a penalty even though it was a 458's fault. So, if I was a Corvette, I'd be racing mad as is, but not necessarily against the GT, because it didn't really do anything. I'd be trying to dive bomb the holy Snikes out of that. Well, I guess too little too late there. I'm pretty sure that Ferrari's a pretty dirty driver looking at that finish right yonder. But, well, I guess it didn't end up mattering because, well, it's the white 458 that got a pretty easy win right yonder. Because, actually, I just got around. Let's go to the ending bit there and see that again because that was pretty cop-picking dramatic. Right yonder. That GTR was probably cut off by that Ferrari looking at the position of both of them. Being that GTR is right on the grass there, I'd say that Ferrari probably just tried to push it over. And, well, it sort of kind of worked. That Ferrari got cocky, spun itself around the line, which made all the AI have a giant pile-up. So, well, that's something and a half, folks. That 458 was a relatively dirty driver. That 458 was a relatively quick driver, and all the other cars sort of paid for it because they couldn't catch the quick driver because of the dirty driver, but nonetheless, it was a pretty cotton-picking good race, nonetheless. I don't remember exactly what car was truly the best here, but I have a hunch it really and truly was a 458. Balance of power wasn't terrible, though. So it made for a decent race. Hope you all enjoyed this decent race, and hopefully there's some more better than decent races in the future. Yeehaw!